Rafter P Construction is the design-build contractor for all of your construction needs. Quality and customer satisfaction will always remain our top priority. The American dream has inspired the Rafter P team to push to be community leaders and support the local youth because that is our future. Let's now talk with the founder and owner, Brad Pryor.
Hey guys, today we're going to look at a build called the Polo Champ. Very cool build. It's got actually features some of our farm and ranch with our actual barn doors together. So I'm really excited to talk about this. This is before we did all our 360 walkthroughs and stuff. So we're going to do this old school and just kind of go through our website and talk about the actual things about the build that we think it feels unique to complement both sides of our business. This under roof is 2281. That's the barn and the actual living quarters. The living quarters is 882 square feet, with the barn being at 1279. The porch is 120 square feet. It's one bed, one bath, which is common in the farm and ranch world and the barn dominium world when it comes to weekend facilities where somebody needs a place to crash with their actual toys or actually with their horses or what have you, or if they need something for living quarters for a manager or whatever of the farm. This kind of gives them a way to actually facilitate both. Okay, so from the outside, just some basic things as we look through the different pictures without having to click on them and stuff. Got a little gable extension on the front with soffits, Hawaiian blue with the white trim. Got a mix of some, we have a mix of some Oklahoma stone, which we call a builder mix, more or less, or puzzle. People have different names for it. And we use that on the columns as well as the front of the building, give a little bit of accent to tie it into the house that it sits close to. And then it has a decorative gable truss, painted white. When you look at the back side of I'd say the business side of the actual facility, you got sliding barn doors that are white or with the blue crossbucks on them. This is very convenient in the horse world because you can, during the winter when you want some cross ventilation of your horses to get them some air when things are not so stale for the different smells and all that good stuff, not so stuffy. You can crack that open to 6 inches, 8 inches, whatever you want. Our doors are set up where there's no latch, no nothing. It's on a rail system. No bottom track, all top track. Our rail system is built into the actual doors. So when we move to some other pictures here, so we actually have on the other side, we have true Dutch doors. So you have the ability for the horse to be able to come in and out of the facility or have just the Dutch window open, which would be the top half or sash of the door. And then the other side of that is we have a sliding door, the same as that complements the double doors that we had before. You can go in and out of the facility as you choose to load the horses in and out of the facility, or saddles, whatever, tack, feed, hay, all that good stuff. So that kind of wraps up the outside of how all the doors are working, how the system works. You can flip through our website to kind of see different details about this build, but that's just in a nutshell what it's on the exterior, kind of what it's about. Going inside of the living quarters, like I said, this build's probably in 17 build, I think. So it's got some of our old finishes that may look dated at this time, but it is what was going on at the time. So it's a naughty alder tops with a dark walnut stain over, with some granite on the finishes, and then travertine tile on the actual backsplash. Seal height on this was 8 feet. Have pantry to your left and one finish. Your basic kitchen setup, like I said, it's not something that's supposed to be over top. It's supposed to be something functional. This couple actually built this for their daughters to come and go as they please without having to be in their space, and actually have the horse part of it for more or less retired horses from their days of playing polo. In the living quarters, you have a vaulted finished 8-foot seal, 3-on-12 pitch, with a faux beam that is also painted or also stained in a walnut stain. So the floor system is a diluted black stain, and then we have, looking at the cabinetry, you have your normal tabletop or countertop height, which is 36 inches. with an overhang to actually have some bar seating. So functional, open space into the living room to make everything functional and easy to maintain. Granite countertops. Like I say, this is more functional than anything. Has a cool little vent hood over the top, standalone with the travertine tile behind it. Starting to look into the bedroom area. Like I said, it's a 1 bedroom, nothing over the top, basic stuff. Functional, more of a stained concrete, basic trim. Could have a layered ceiling. Single layer with some crown put in it. Back in the day, like I said, this is an older build. We had the more earth tones with the white than what you see more now, the grays and the blacks and all and whites. But okay, so as we go through the actual shower area, temperature control valve, single head, has a niche. Just keep in mind, a lot of these finishes from the 19 build were stuff's discontinued, but it just gives you an idea of the space and the design, all that good stuff. So we go out into the actual barn space. So the hallway is 12 foot wide. Stalls, there's 5 of them, they're 12 by 12s, which leads into a 12 by 12 wash rack with a floor drain. Like I said, everything's customized to the frame of the building. So it's 2 by 2 square with some 2 by 6 tongue and groove, number 2. And we put a sealer on it, a marine grade finish on that. On the ceiling itself, it's got a 1-inch closed cell foam. This keeps the heat and the moisture from not during the temperature control. When you have horses inside of a building, the heat they put off versus what's outside during the winter, you get a condensation gap there where the metal and the sheets will condensate and drip. So the closed cell foam helps with the heat, and during the winter, or during the summer with the heat, and then during the winter it helps with the condensation, not getting things dripping and wet and stuff like that. So I don't care for the fiberglass stuff, so this is what I recommend. If anybody wants anything insulated in a horse barn, it's easy to keep clean. It's a hard substrate, so easy to wipe down or wash off as far as a insulation property. So the stalls have they're 4 foot wide doors. They go lead into the actual 12 by 12 stall itself. It gives that horse plenty of room where it's not hitting, or hitting anything as they walk through a door. I don't like 3 foot doors. The 4 foot's kind of what we like to do. And it leads into the outside too with the Dutch doors. On the back side, you got different options of the Dutch doors. This is just a painted 14 gauge plate, and then we wrapped it with some decorative crossbucks on the outside. So we've done it other ways where you put wood in there to match the walls, or the options are unlimited when it comes to what we can do with anything when it comes to a barn. But the feeders are store-bought per what the customer wanted. Simply hung them in an actual stall. And then as we move back up through everything, on our actual stalls, you'll see when we get a cross section between the 12 foot partitions, we put a 2-inch strap in there with lag bolts to actually keep the stalls, when the horse kicks them, it keeps them from popping out. So we create the gel bars to keep airflow constant through the actual barn itself. I hope this helped with actually defining what the crossover between a barn dough and a barn with a horse facility and living quarters. If you have any other questions, reach out. I hope this helped. I'd love to help any way we can. Talk to you soon.